Hi everyone, thanks for watching Access Hockey MI. Thanks for coming with us in this off season. I know sometimes it's kind of hard to, I know for me, I look for any semblance of hockey anywhere, like watching any sort of game ever, anywhere. Old games, new games.
I was sweeping the bathroom the other day like a hockey stick.
So thanks for keeping up with us this season, and thanks for commenting and getting involved with us. We really love hearing from you guys and knowing that what we're saying is being absorbed and also discussed.
We just like the discussion.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Yeah. Today we're going to talk about a couple things. Moritz Seider was our first round draft pick, number 6 overall. So we're going to talk about him today, and we're also going to cover what we do in the prospect tournament that's coming up in September. So we're always really excited for it. And I know some of you guys had questions about what we do during that or what we cover, so we're going to talk about that too. So let's start with Moritz Seider.
So obviously the draft was a couple weeks ago, so we're kind of late to the party, but we wanted to take some time and digest him as a player, if you will. Watch some development camp highlights and just really dissect his play as a person. At just 18 years old, he's a big kid. He's 6'4", 207 pounds. Very good foundation to build on. So obviously Yzerman was going for size on that one.
I really like that because I feel like we start pretty moderate with who we draft. Usually it's like, okay, well, eventually he's going to be big. But this guy, he's starting fairly big for his age, too. 207 pounds, 6'4". I'm excited to see how much he can put on and how much weight he can gain and how much it impacts his play.
Well, and with that, too, one thing that did stick out, and we watched a couple of we unfortunately couldn't go to development camp this year, but we did watch the scrimmages and everything, and what stuck out about him was that even with his size, he's a very, very fluid skater.
It's clean, he's able to, he's a good defenseman, and it's very evident when he's playing, when you're watching him play. He's been noted for his hockey sense, just his ability to read plays before they come
and make good decisions in the process of that pressure. He made some really smart moves.
That's huge, and we've been just killing this whole two-way defenseman. Like that's what we need, and it's so apparent in the league today. You just need a defenseman who is a two-way player who can be offensive as well, and that's also something that is said about Moritz Seider, is that he's a two-way. He can think like he could think forward, and he can also he's a defenseman at heart, and
I think it's a testament to the generation of the draft picks, though, too, because they're in a generation where they're starting from a young age being trained to think that way already, whereas a lot of the older guys and the older skaters, it was always you're a defenseman, you're a forward, those are your jobs. Now it's the titles are very fluid, and you have a more
I feel
position.
Like players have always had to be everything. Like, you're a forward and you're a defenseman, but you have to also be a defensive forward. You have to be an offensive defenseman.
Sometimes you have to be a goalie.
Yeah, sometimes as a defenseman you're a goalie. You're screening. Players have to literally think every single aspect of the game, which is why hockey's so cool, is because you're all doing everything.
You have to be so mentally sharp all the time.
Yeah,
and it's really obvious when someone isn't.
Same for goaltending. So also with his skating, it's noted that for PK, for penalty kill, he would be good at that too, because he'd be good at gap control because his backwards skating is really fluid as well. So I'm really excited just that his skating is all around so mature already as an 18-year-old. It's good going forward.
I think he conducts himself well too. So out of like his on ice ability and sense, obviously that's really good. But also with the handling the press, handling the pressure, being the first pick for Detroit this year, that's a ton of pressure. It's a lot of media attention. He seems to be handling it really well.
Yzerman also said he's like, well, we knew he wouldn't be available at our next pick, so we wanted to get him, which says a lot for his talent. It says a lot for how much the organization wanted him and a player like him, so that's exciting too. Go watch the Red Wings actually on their YouTube uploaded the development camp games, so go watch those.
Are tons of fun to watch.
See what we're talking about. There's so many guys on those teams that you need to keep up with and that you need to see, and it's so fun to see them playing all together.
And they may have been guys you forgot we even grabbed. So it's really nice to see them, because a lot of them that we've picked are still playing in their Euro leagues, and so this is their chance to come over and you can actually see them, so definitely do it. And
invitees come too from college and stuff like that, so it's exciting to see. So moving on, transitioning into our prospect tournament coverage, is September 6th to 16 is the prospect camp. These the teams
and training camp.
one team change would be Carolina has left the prospect tournament for us, and they are now being replaced by the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Mike Babcock's team.
He will be back.
He's coming back. So they're going to be the one team change this year. But Center Ice Arena in Traverse City has hosted it for 21 years.
Yep.
Holy cow, or 21 seasons at least.
They do a fantastic job.
It's
orchestrating
amazing. You go in, there's 2 rinks, and there's games going all the time. There's practices all the time. I mean,
the schedules, it's scheduled to where you can be in one game, intermission happens, you walk over to the next rink, and intermission happens there, and you're literally going back and forth all day with games. All day long.
We end up being in a rink for 7 to 8 hours
a day,
probably a day, which is a dream for us. Not for everyone, but it's a dream for us.
Hockey's for everyone.
Also teams included are St. Louis is included. So of course the Red Wings, Chicago Blackhawks,
Minnesota
York
Wild,
Rangers.
Yep.
Minnesota Wild. Oh, there's and then Toronto. Did I say Toronto already?
Yep, Toronto's in there.
So there's just 6, or is there? I think there's 8. There's 2 other ones.
There's 8 total. Columbus Blue Jackets as well.
One more.
Dallas Stars. Yes. Bang, bang, bang.
We did it. No blanking this game.
Center Ice does a fantastic job, and the city of Traverse City is obviously, it's gorgeous. But when you go to these events, it's really cool because they have the on-ice scrimmages. You can watch their development. You can watch their drills. All these teams are going to be here, so you can see prospects like last season. Dallas had Miro Heiskanen. Carolina, who was in it last year, had Andrei Svechnikov. We had Philip Zadina and Joe Veleno. And all of these guys are coming from overseas and camp invitees from the NCAA circuit, like Trevor Hamilton last season, not Luke Esposito. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm blanking on him.
Dang it, I just said we weren't going to have blanks.
I know, I had a blank. I'm the worst. But anyway, so I mean, there's these guys from all over the world and prospects from all over, and it's these scouts and coaches getting together watching 8 teams all at once. And these kids have a chance
getting together watching 8 teams at once. So for us too, we get to see the other teams, which is something I really like getting into, is seeing the other teams, seeing the other draft picks, maybe guys you forgot about or we forgot about that were picked a couple of years ago who are still working on getting signed, or maybe who were signed and are developing still. So basically that's what we do, and we put it all on our website, accesshockeymi.com, and I take photos, so you'll see photos on there, a lot of photos on there. But also kind of transitioning from there is this podcast idea that we're doing. You'll hear our first one probably next week. But what we want,
tell your friends.
What we want to do with the podcast is it's more in depth. Believe it or not, I know we talk a lot on these, but we always have more to say, and we condense it for videos just for ease of listening, ease of watching, because it's hard just to sit and watch something. So these podcasts are our hope for you guys to be able to discuss with us, and for you guys to be able to hear our discussion. It could be a fun idea, like Brodeur coming out of retirement. I mean, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
What's going on with Jersey?
Come on. What are they doing?
First installment.
But just fun ideas, and also league-wide. So different teams, NHL, AHL, USHL. I want to get more into international leagues.
Absolutely.
So just everywhere,
really
basically.
Just diving in and dissecting to where we can have, I mean, because we don't agree on everything, believe it or not, when it comes to hockey. So debating and talking about transactions, seeing what's going on with these teams and their development and the players and the drama and, you know, everything that happens within hockey, you can't fit it in a 7-minute video.
Right.
So and that's what we want to do with this, and especially when we're at the tournament, giving you as much coverage as possible, because the written word is great, videos are great, but you can do so much more when you have audio and you can just listen to what's actually going on.
We're hoping to get some interviews as well from maybe coaching staff, people who are close to the organization, just to get you guys in, just because we like to do that too. We like to hear what they have to say, because they're the ones that are in it. They're the ones that know what's going on. Right. So all that to say, I hope you guys grasped all that. That's a lot of words.
If you didn't, leave a comment below. Let us know if you missed something.
Thanks for watching, as always, and keep up with us. Make sure you're commenting. We'd love that. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, share the video, tell all your friends.
And your non-hockey loving friends.
Yeah, all the people. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.